Hello everybody and welcome to the HCW Podcast. This week we will be following up WrestleMania's Night 1 and Night 2 with Monday Night Raw and AEW Dynamite. So stay tuned, it's going to be average. We'll roll the intro there.
HCW Reviews.
Hello everybody and welcome to the show. I am your host Frozzy with my friend Great Wrestle as always. How are you doing today, bud?
I'm doing really well. I've moved the job away from myself and podcasting.
I know, yeah, so this is all on me now.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm now taking over the recording and editing of the podcast to ease a bit of the tension on Ray and just to learn how to do it myself, to be honest. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. If it ends up with a cluster, we'll make DP do it.
Need to do something.
Yeah. He's but yeah, as I said in the intro, it's Raw was just. We'll get into it, but yeah, that's why I said average because it's not been great. So it was a hard watch, but yeah. With that being said, we may as well just crack straight into it. Let's go.
Yeah, I don't know if you mentioned it because I was blanking out. Yeah, the reason we're not doing Smackdown, we mentioned it on the other video. The WrestleMania video, we did that. So yeah, if you're wondering where Smackdown is, that extensive review is on that WrestleMania show.
It's on the WrestleMania show because we didn't want to do them out of order.
Yeah, and it's extensive as well. It goes on for at least 5 minutes.
It doesn't even go on that long, I don't think. I think the intro's longer.
Yeah. But yeah, so I can crack on to the best Monday Night Raw I've seen in years.
Yes, Raw after Mania is always a cracker.
So we started off with the game, Triple H, who came down and he said it was pretty much because Endeavour have brought WWE and merging it with UFC, kind of. So he's just basically saying that wrestling fans, thank you for being around. You know, we're going nowhere, there now and forever. Triple H is now future endeavoured. And he's going to be appearing in London.
Nothing's going to change, apparently.
Yeah.
Wow.
So Triple H introduced Roman Reigns. Roman got to the ring in 25 minutes. This was followed by Cody instantly coming out and him was saying, you know, I had you, which is fair enough, he did, until the interferences and so forth. Then they basically said, yeah, you're not having a rematch. You're not having a title match. You know, you don't deserve a title match. But then they came up with a stipulation that you can have like a tag team match tonight. But the partner it's gonna be Roman and Solo, and the Heyman was saying all this, and he said you have to have a partner, and to make it fair, they had to fight in WrestleMania last night, and then also they are not. What was it? They something about the championship.
Could he not be?
If they tag tonight, then they can't fight Reigns for the championship or something like that. I think that was the actual essence. And then here comes Brock Lesnar, who has already lost his opportunity to fight Reigns for the championship anyway.
Can't fight him anyway.
So Heyman was just like, "Oh crap, I've fucked up." Roman Reigns was like, "God damn it!" And then they were all happy-go-lucky in the ring.
Yeah, it was so good though when Brock came out and he was like giving it the big one. Yeah.
And then we thought this was a good sign of what was to come. Oh, how we were wrong. So we kicked off with the starter of the show, Omos versus Elias. I read it 1 star. Elias got squashed. There's nothing more to say about this. Omos is here forever.
Yeah.
For Bloodline, we're backstage, and it was the Usos and Heyman. Basically, Heyman fobbed off the Usos and said, "You're not needed tonight. Tribal Troop's happy with what you did and stuff." And then when the Usos disappeared, you heard Heyman say in the office to Roman, "Yeah, I got rid of them." So that's good.
Yeah,
that's a good sign. Bad Bunny is going to be hosting Puerto Rico WrestleMania Backlash.
Yeah,
that was what was supposed to be happening until we get to a point, and then Ray comes down. Ray thanks everyone because Ray. And then Theory comes down, he says, "You've got to believe." And then we had a match with Ray and Theory. I didn't mind this match. I rated it 3 stars. Some people didn't like it, though.
Yeah.
They thought it was pretty pants, which I found it right. I'm not gonna lie, it was a decent-ish match. Theory ended up picking up the win because Dom distracted Ray and caused the rivalry to grow. The rivalry grows. That's a up, down, down reference. So then Dom and Damien beat the crap out of Rey Mysterio, and then Bad Bunny kind of goes, "What are you doing, fam?" And then they beat the crap out of Bad Bunny, so that's going to lead to definitely a tag team match happening at Backlash, isn't it now?
Well, yeah, depending on if Bad Bunny's actually injured or not.
Oh, is he? Is that actually a thing that he might be injured?
I don't know. I've not read anything since. I just read that he separated his shoulder or done something like dislocated it or something. I don't know.
No,
I don't know whether it was storyline, but I'm sure that's what I read. But yeah, we'd have to look more into that. So yeah, it depends on if he's actually injured or not. If he isn't,
no.
Fair play.
Yeah, it seems like. Then again, that might be the reason he's the host. Like in the end, because they announced him as fully as the host.
Yeah.
Zayn and Owens were backstage. It was pretty much just a celebration of them winning the title. Then, not backstage, sorry, in the ring. Sorry, I was thinking of Wrestlemania flipping second night then. Yeah, they were in the ring and they're saying it's a celebration. And then, let's get an up-and-coming tag team to fight us tonight. And I was like, oh my God, we're going to actually have someone like Pretty Deadly or someone from NXT. So here comes the Street Profits, and I literally writ here, feckin' Profits. Why the Street Profits are just so... They need to split.
Yeah.
I'm hankering for a split so much.
Same.
Because it's the most boring tag team going now.
I want them to split, but not feud with each other at the same time.
Yeah. I don't want them on the screen anymore. I think I've lost care.
Yeah.
Like, the match was good. Like, they have good matches. I just don't... They're there all the time. Like, I rated this match 3 stars, but I think it was more for Sami Zayn and Owens having a good match, and then like they have a bits and up and down with Street Profits. It's just they are there all the time.
Yeah.
Rollins was backstage, had a bit of an interview. He came to the ring. The break happened. Then they sang his song and he walked off.
Yeah.
That was Rollins' Raw after Mania.
Apparently, it was meant to happen like that. So.
Yeah. So that was fun. Lashley was backstage and he was saying stuff about, and then here comes Jonah, who basically tried to get up in his face. Lashley said, "Do you want to fight?" And Jonah went, "Yeah, not this week." Walked off, and then here comes Mustafa Ali for some positive Ali. This led to a match, 1/4 star squash match. Bloodline backstage. There was just more like Roman was pissed off about the whole situation. That's just led to this, and how's this happened that he's going to be fighting Lesnar and Rhodes. Yeah. Bianca came down, so I was expecting, we're going to have a new challenger for the title. So here comes Rhea Ripley, and they basically just square up and go, we should have like a best of the best match at some point. Yeah. But it's not going to actually happen because they said at some point, so that could be years.
Yeah.
Raquel and Liv versus Damage Control, rated 2 stars. It was a pants match that Raquel and Liv won. And now they're going to be fighting Becky Lynch and Lita, which is an awful match, that sounds like. Hopefully Raquel and Liv win because they just need to get the titles off Becky and Lita already.
Yeah, Becky's
I can't see that being...
tag division.
Yeah, but from what Becky said, it's going to be... They want to make prestige to the titles, so I can see it lasting, which is going to be a bad decision. Like a really bad decision. That's fun. Also, for the banter, we shouldn't probably mention this live on the podcast. Have you just seen the DP message?
No.
Our WrestleMania review has been listed as shocking content.
Oh, really?
I don't know what it means by shocking. I'm hoping it doesn't mean shit.
I'm going to have a look at the message now.
Yeah, it's because something's been removed, and then it was saying, it's been listed as shocking content. I'm guessing there's something in there that was mentioned that it shouldn't have been. No idea.
Fair.
This was Miz was in the ring at this point, and he was discussing. Obviously, he got jumped twice at WrestleMania by Snoop Dogg, the worst people's elbow, Lowry's best people's elbow. Yeah. And then here comes another surprise. It's Matt Riddle. Oh, I don't care. He did the Bro Derek on the Miz.
Cool story.
I've skipped to this earlier, but this was Lynch backstage saying they're going to give prestige to the titles.
Yeah.
So we'll lead into the big main event that's going to save this Raw after Mania because it's been awful all the way through. But having Rhodes and Lesnar versus Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa will be a really good match. So Roman has his 15-minute entrance with Solo. Here comes Cody. Here comes Lesnar. They're announcing the match. Then Lesnar jumps Cody Rhodes and absolutely obliterates him.
Yep.
And that's the end of Raw.
Why?
Raw after Mania.
Why?
That was Raw after Mania.
Why?
That whole thing was Raw after Mania. That big thing we have after Mania, Raw.
It's such a mess.
It was bad. You could tell Vince McMahon's back. People joke, but he's definitely. But there's no way it could be that. Go from last week's Raw to this week's Raw. Yeah, there's no way without his influence.
No, he's
awful.
had a lot of say in that show, and if it's going to continue like this, like the last 8 months have been heaven, and now it's going to be absolutely diabolical.
We're going to go back to the early days of the podcast where I'm just going.
Why do we have to watch 3 hours of Raw?
And then we decided to rotate us watching it.
Yeah.
That's how bad it got.
Yeah, that's how bad it got. Yeah, we were rotating.
But we can't do that now because DP works at flipping 9 to 5, flipping at night.
Yeah,
that's the time we can work with DP. Because he's looking into shady stuff at that time. Yeah. I made it sound like he's doing some worse. I'm going to continue anyway. But yeah, any final words on Raw?
It's shit. Move on.
Yep. So, I was about to say talking to shit, but it wasn't bad. Dynamite, it was last night, I watched it this morning. So we kicked off with Ricky Starks versus Juice. Not really, it was a no contest. Here comes Jay White. Jay White, who was rumoured to be in WWE for so long, they decided to pass up the buck straight in AEW.
Yeah, now he's all elite.
But it makes no sense in the essence of that. I'm sure he got kicked out of the Bullet Club by David Finlay. I haven't watched New Japan that much, but on AEW it was like it never happened.
Right.
So I don't know if they're just having like a Bullet Club America, which has no links to the US version. But yeah, but Jay White's a good wrestler, so I'm happy he's there.
Fair.
And he added a bit of like character to what was going on because I don't like Ricky Starks and Juice Robinson's a bit naff as well.
Yeah.
They're both pretty much just wet wipes. Then we had Jericho backstage. This was with Renee, I believe it was. Jericho basically said the reason he got involved last show about Cole's thingy because he was going, Cole's got the big return, Cole got the girl, and then Cole got the massive celebration at the end, and then Daniel Garcia's just lying in a pool, just like of his own mess with screamers, and he went, that's just disrespectful, and he came down.
Yeah.
And then, do you know who interrupted Chris Jericho for a match coming up?
Oh no, go on.
Keith Lee. Keith Lee's back.
I forgot
Keith Lee versus Jericho. Yep. He's also grey now, by the way, like full on grey.
Grey hair, yeah.
Yeah. So Keith Lee was on about, I'm going to teach you respect. I don't know if it's going to be Rampage or it's going to be Dynamite. It'll be a good match. Then we had the House of Black versus the Best Friends. I rated as 3 stars. The Best Friends, this is the 3rd time I've seen them in a whole year, which is mental. That sums up tag division. House of Black, I rated 3 stars. It was pretty back and forth, but the House of Black ended up just annihilating the Best Friends in the end.
Yeah.
Cassidy did a few of his kicks to Malachi Black, but he just kicked his face off, which was, I did like that reaction to it. Then we had Christian, and he's got a new client. Guess whose new client is?
Jungle Boy.
Nope. Luchasaurus. Luchasaurus is back.
Of course.
Nothing happened though. He walked into some kind of misty room. He turned around and Luchasaurus walked out, and then that was the whole thing. And Luchasaurus has got some kind of like wing arm thing, like spikes coming out of his arm this way. I don't know what that is. Then we had match of the night, which is surprising. We had Riho versus Jamie Hayter. Rated 3.25 stars. Jamie Hayter delivered the most stiff clotheslines to Riho I've ever seen in my life. Just stiff as hell.
Nice.
Just like Riho had some good offense, like the acrobatic stuff, like top rope Clark Hurricane Rana and stuff like that. Jamie, obviously, because she's a bigger girl, was just throwing around, doing like Bane backbreakers and stuff like that. But yeah, it ended up with Hayter picking up the win after a second Haterade. Outcasts were backstage at this point, and they were saying, someone needs to get the title off Jamie Hayter. And then Renee Paquette went, well, which one of you's going to do it? And then Soraya was going, like, none of your shit stirring, please. You know, as long as one of us wins.
Yeah.
And then she goes by her shirt and walks off. The big thing we were looking forward to, which I couldn't even remember I mentioned in the last show, that's how much I care about this. The Jazz Society trying to get the Acclaim to join the Jazz Society. It's not happening.
Good.
And for some reason, they're now going to have an 8-man tag next week on Rampage, where it's going to be 3.0 and the Acclaimed versus 4 other people. So the story's continuing. We were led up to MJF Day, so MJF has literally been given the key to New York of his parish. Like, it's not even a joke. He genuinely has been given the key to that. That shoves up Coney Island. So this starts with that, and then they go, like, they show a video package of all this, and then they end up on stage with, like, a brass band, because obviously Coney Island, like, the Rat Packy kind of thing with it.
Yeah.
Then MJF sings a number, like an actual like swing number. Then he comes down to the ring, and the mayor of Coney Island's there again, and he says, "We got you a bigger key." Then MJF's just talking a load of crap. This goes on for like 25 minutes. Like, I like MJF, but they're milking the cow of MJF where they need to. He's good at short, quick promo, not quick short, but like, you know, like middle range promos.
Yeah.
Not like ones that I need to listen for 20 minutes.
Yeah, we
then he went back to the entrance and he was about to sing again, but there's a guy with a face mask and sunglasses on, and he hits a cymbal, and MJF goes, "What did I tell you about doing this?" And it's clearly Jungle Boy. Like, why is there just everyone else is in suit and this one guy's wearing sunglasses and a mask? And then he attacks MJF. So that's happening.
Cool.
This led to Sammy Guevara coming down while the brawl's happening and grabbing the title, and then showing that he might be champion. It's never going to happen.
Nope.
MJF versus it's Sammy Guevara versus Commander. The guy from Ring of Honor had a really good match. The trouble with Commander is he's got one moveset, and that's the walk across the ropes.
Right.
Like, I don't know if you saw his match.
No.
But all he does is he walks across the ropes and does like springboards and stuff like that. Like, a guy will be outside the ring and he'll be on the other rope and he'll walk all the way across the dive on him. But he does it like 15 times. Like, and it gets a bit boring when you see it like 15 times, a guy walking on a rope. It's good to see it once in a match and then stop. Yeah. So, like, it's probably the lowest rated. Like, Commander, I really like, but it's just I always get, because I've seen him like 3 times this weekend, I kind of got a bit bored of it. Yeah. But I rate 2.5 stars. Guevara ended up picking up the win. Then he did a long-winded promo himself where the fans didn't even care. Like, it wasn't even booing heat. It was just like, why are you here, Sammy? You know, he's not going anywhere. I don't care if you like me or boo me. I want Sammy. No one wants anything from you. You're just there.
Yeah.
And Darby Allin was also in the rafters watching the match.
Of course.
We had the brilliant match of Hook versus Ethan Page. Ethan Page tried to do a twist of feint because Hardy's outside, then Hook to hit the twist of feint. Ethan Page then tried to hit Hook with the bout, but then Matt Hardy grabbed the bout and hit Page, and then that was the end of the match.
Cool.
And then the thing we were most looking forward to, the TK big announcement, which I thought was going to be absolutely terrible, because I thought it was just going to be a typical TK announcement where it was going to be, oh yeah, by the way, we're moving time slots by 20 minutes, and it's like,
cheers.
But here's Nigel McGuinness, and I was like, oh, so the big announcements that you've signed Nigel McGuinness, you've already announced this on Twitter. Go on. Yeah. But the reason they've signed Nigel McGuinness is because they're going to be at Wembley Stadium in the UK for All In. There's still rumours that this is going to be All In, and then there's going to be an American All Out, though, literally the week afterwards.
Right.
Which, I don't know what's happening. I wouldn't mind that. 2 pay-per-views in a row. It'd be fun.
No, it'd be fine. It's madness
we're getting a pay-per-view.
Wembley. Madness.
Yep. And, you know, WWE couldn't run Wembley for a blog since 1992. No. AEW, hold my beer. Tony Khan, just like... The only way they will sell that out is if they have the tickets cheap. Because people will go because they're AEW fans. Some people will go because they hate WWE now, and some people will go because it's wrestling at Wembley.
Yeah. But not 90,000.
Yeah, but they also could fucking hash out tickets where they're fucking, here you go, here's some free tickets to like the wrestlers and crap like that as well. And
you say it's like 90,000, but don't forget that's just normal seated 90,000.
Oh yeah, so it could be like
floor seats. as well.
What they'll do is they'll probably block off the whole of the top rim.
The top tier.
Yeah, because I forgot. Yeah, I didn't think about the floor seats because that'll be an extra like, 10,000 you could probably fit on the ground.
Yeah,
with the ring and then
yeah.
Oh. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm definitely going.
Yeah, like I said in one of the servers before, I'm going to look at going, but I'm not rushing to get a ticket because, in my opinion, it ain't selling out. So
this is where you blink and it's sold out. Like,
yeah.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, probably.
DP's got like 15 of them.
Yeah, I'll just get one off him. I'll snipe one off DP.
We need to discuss this now. You know DP's going front row.
Oh yeah, probably. I'll see what.
I'm not going front row. Like my brother, I'm taking my brother and nephew again. Like, there's no chance I'm because they're massive AEW fans. But like, there's no way I'm going front row unless like the front row's 50 quid.
I was going to say if it's cost effective, then yes. But I am not paying for it through the nose. No chance.
Yeah, there's no chance. Like, it will just be. Yeah, DP will though. So if you want some front row action from the HCW, speak to DP.
Yeah,
he's also getting on the review, the bitch, and he's doing it at a normal time.
Yeah.
Anyway, this led to another match, which was the BCC versus the Job Guys. I've written here because they were just free jobbers. They absolutely mauled them. Then they were beating the crap out of them after the match, and then here comes Hangman Page. No one to save him. They absolutely maul him.
Yeah.
Then Daniel Bryan fucking stabs him with a screwdriver.
Wow.
Just gets him in like the face and starts hitting him with a screwdriver. And he went, you know what? We're not all about this amateur wrestling. You know, we've had amateur wrestling all week, which obviously is linking to Raw as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, Daniel Bryan with a screwdriver. And then we're here at the main event. FTR versus the Gun Club. If FTR lose, or don't, no, actually, the technical term is if the FTR doesn't win the match, they will leave AEW. So even if they get this, if they win the titles, if they don't win the titles, they'll leave AEW. So, for example, if the Gun Club get disqualified, FTR are still leaving AEW.
Yeah, they have to leave with the titles, don't they?
So I rated this 2.25, 3/4 stars. It was not as good as I wanted it to be.
No.
And the Gun Club are not great anyway. But FTR, like the Gun Club, tried to get disqualified a few times, and it ended with the FTR. Like, I can't even really. FTR won with a big rig.
Yeah.
A bit platonic like ending, and then they had the big celebration like Cole the week afterwards. So they just keep doing streamers at the moment.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the end of Dynamite. It was pretty much. It was decent. They weren't like it wasn't terrible.
Yeah.
Like the annoying things like Jade Gargo weren't on it this week, so I'm pleased with that.
Fair. So yeah, I mean, it sounds like Raw hit a bum note and AEW just sort of was there, and it wasn't bad. So
exactly.
Yeah, I mean, there isn't really much more to say about this week's wrestling. Take your pick of match of the week from any of the shows we've reviewed, but I think you've got 3 at like 4.5 stars. No,
4 at 4.5 stars.
4 at 4.5 stars.
Yeah, Gunther's match, Charlotte's match, the Usos match, and the Roman match. Yeah.
So
I'd go with Charlotte versus Rhea as my match of the week, though.
I'd go Gunther, Drew, and Sheamus.
Oh, Gunther. It was a good match.
Yeah.
And then normal shows, I would probably go with. It was Rio versus Jamie. It was the highest one, yeah.
No, fair enough. Well, if you want to check out them shows, I'd definitely recommend the 4 matches rated 4.5 stars from WrestleMania. It sounds like the women's match on AEW was quite good as well, so go and check that out and see if you agree. But yeah, follow us at the HCW Show on Twitter. Follow us at the HCW Show on Twitch. And follow us on Instagram. Follow us on our own individual Twitters. Join the Discord, which is all in the description in the video. But yeah, oh yes, there is a Facebook now. I keep forgetting about the Facebook.
No one cares about the Facebook.
Yeah. No, there is a Facebook page. So yeah, HCW Show on Facebook as well. That is right, isn't it?
Yeah. We tried to make it formal for once.
Yeah. So follow us on there as well. Everything gets released on every platform that we're on. And we are going to be streaming a lot more as well. Me and DP have got the 2K23 series going on that we've recorded a couple of videos for. So look out for that to be dropping soon. We've got interviews booked in. We've got reviews of shows coming out. Eventually DP will release the RevPro Rumble one. That he
Eventually.
attended what felt like 4 years ago.
Big thing as well. I might as well announce it. I've got Alton Ford coming on for the Kumite review. Oh,
nice.
He's going to bleed on the YouTube channel.
Imagine get cancelled for too much blood.
Just busted open.
But yeah, as always, like, subscribe, follow. Let us know what you do and don't like. If there's anything you want us to do, any wrestlers that you're interested in, get them tagged, put them forward to us. We'll reach out and do what we can. But yeah, we've got some exciting things coming up, so stay tuned for that. You got anything else to add, Ray?
Nope.
No? Perfect. Well, with that said then, we will catch you on the next one. See ya.